I am in a mood today. Holy shit. I'm sassy today.
Get your name and where you're from, if you don't mind.
I'm Kai.
Kai, can I get spelling for you?
Straight out of Dogtown, K-A-I.
Hola Chula, thank you so much for clicking on to this video. And if you're new here, well then welcome to my channel. My name is Kai. I do mostly anti-MLM content, but I mean, I'm really open. I'm a very open-minded person. Do just about anything once. So ultimately today what I want to talk to you lovely people about is oh my gosh, it's pretty hysterical, honestly. I fell down a rabbit hole last night because my girlfriend, my best friend, sent me she sent me one of her Instagram or somebody that she follows on Instagram just like recently announced that they were starting in an MLM, and girl, you know, of course she sent that shit to me. So I was going through, you know, being nosy as flip, like I did some research. So I'm amazed that there are like so many MLMs that like start up all the time, everywhere, every day. Like every time I blink, there's another one. And this girl that I was stalking her whole ass life, she is in an MLM called Savvi. And if you've never heard of it before, it's because it is still in pre-launch. So they are in the very beginning, early stages of their, you know, building their pyramid. And they're using that, funny enough, as like a tactic to recruit people. You can get in early, and of course, when you get in early, you know, you have more time to grow and to succeed. But what they mean is that you get to be part of the tippy top that benefits off of everyone else underneath you. So what is Savvi? Well, Savvi describes themselves as athleisure, yeah, they make workout clothes that people go to the grocery store in. So they're cornering a market that is obviously expanding because, you know, the style is definitely very comfortable and very sporty and like, I don't know, just very cool and sleek, and they're, you know, really honing in on this very specific market right now, which in my opinion is incredibly smart. I'm going to insert some clips that I found because when I tell you I fell down the rabbit hole, girl, I'm still finding my way back out. I wanted to really focus in on was like three, and oh my god, don't judge me. I bit off my nails because I had three big aspects that I was really looking for when I was stalking everyone's whole life. And that was, one, what are their products like? What kind of, you know, what's their price point? What do you get? How is it, you know, how are you purchasing the product? Which I will give it to them. They've actually got a pretty unique way of funneling their business, but it's all just shady, you know, like, why aren't you using your powers for good? Why are you using them for evil? Second, I wanted to look into like the recruitment, you know, how are they gaining people? Like what material is out there open to the public for people looking to join Savvi? I even almost attempted to join myself, and then they said I needed a dumbass referral code. I didn't have one. And I also wanted to look at their income disclosure. What are Savvi's projections? What false promises? What false facts and what false math and all this other garbage are they telling these girls who are joining this MLM? I wanted to see what kind of money you can actually make in Savvi, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but said, one of the first things that I wanted to talk about was their products, and of course I'm going to be posting some pictures next to me, of course, so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, at least it's not LuLaRoe, and that's not really a compliment. Actually, to be honest with you, if Savvi wasn't going to literally destroy every single woman's life except for like the handful of fortunates who get to be at the top, then I would actually purchase some of these clothes. because I'm basic. You know what? I will say that it does seem to be like boutique style like boutique quality clothing, which I know some boutiques can be hit or miss in my experience, but it does seem like, I don't know if everyone has this in their area, but it seems like the type of quality that you get like at a Bohm? I don't know. Bohm is that how you say it? Bohm? It's like they only sell sweaters, and it's like it smells like pumpkin spice year round. You know what I'm talking about? They just dropped a lounge set, which is like this tie-dye hooded jogger combo thing. You know, I'm very on trend, very cute. Funny enough, oh my gosh, weird, I knew that this MLM was based in Utah, or that they had some sort of connection in Utah, because what they all do, I mean, they all do, it's like, but I put on my detective hat and I felt really proud of myself, because I noticed this model agency that like aggressively came after me and like a handful of my friends. That sounded so, oh my god. Follow me on Instagram. Really shady, by the way. They're like a whole other video in and of themselves. There's some tea there, but I noticed that they had liked one of their pictures, and like I said, I'm nosy. And I remember seeing this tie-dye leisure set and thinking that it looked familiar. Like I probably saw it at Forever 21 literally this morning, and it was not. It was actually the model agency that was here where I am in Utah had done this photo shoot for Savvi, and that kind of really stood out to me, because I don't know if it's like typical of all MLMs to use models to like promote their products. I mean, obviously beautiful models with like hair extensions and beautiful makeup, and you know what I'm getting at here now? That maybe they're bringing people from the outside to help promote these products. To kind of, I don't know, like to beautify the brand, because I mean, I hate to say this, but like all of the women that were in these live streams, like promoting the actual products, like actual brand ambassadors,
which they call themselves brand ambassadors, and it ticks me off because they are not brand ambassadors. That is a different thing.
Yeah, so like the women who were like the real true to life reps were all like, I don't know, the youngest one was like in her mid-30s. So, and they're all mothers, and you know, they're just like average women, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you would think that to promote your new products, wouldn't you model your products on the women who are actually wearing them and actually buying them and actually supporting your brand? Why would you like outsource that to like beautiful models who more than likely have nothing to do with your business? And then they go on to say that their whole idea behind what they produce is that they're empowering women and they're making them feel beautiful. Well, you're not. You're disregarding that your whole customer base does not look like these fucking models that are in their 20s. In their early 20s, and when everything looks good on you, and you're going to sit there and try to corner a market of women who are a little bit older but still want to feel hip. Well, I'm sorry, but if I was like a 40-year-old woman and I saw nothing but pictures of 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds with wearing, like, promoting these products, that doesn't speak to me. That's not on brand for me. I don't know. And I was even talking to my boyfriend about it, and he was like, sex sells. And I'm like, yeah, of course it does, but if you're going to build your brand on the fact that you're promoting women and you're like body positive and you're like, age you're just all these different positive things, and then you go ahead and just like I said, like literally outsource that to external people who have nothing to do with your brand, who don't even represent the demographic of women that you're supposedly trying to cater to.
Sorry for the random angle changes in this video. I'm having a hard time. I'm never gonna film in this space again. This is the worst, but I've already committed to it, so I'll put some screen recordings of what I found, but basically, I compared it to Lululemon, which, oh my gosh, you should just eat everyone who can afford to purchase Lululemon. That's all I'm gonna say. It's somewhere between Lululemon and Fabletics, which I felt like those two brands were like the most kind of on par with what, you know, what aesthetic Savvi is going for, so that's why I compared it to them. But yeah, of course I'll put some, you know, like I said, some screen recordings of what I found. I saw that there was a sports bra for $78 and I lost my fucking mind, because I don't know, I would have a hard time asking someone to pay $78 for a brand that they have never heard of. They don't know the kind of quality that they're going to get out of it. There's no recognition. I mean, bear in mind, this is a company that is in pre-launch and they are charging like a very high dollar amount for products that no one knows how they perform. No one knows what the quality is like. No one knows anything about your company. So how dare you ask me to pay $80 for a sports bra? I did gather between watching all their different live streams and whatnot that their products are designed in Los Angeles. Some of them are produced in Los Angeles, but a lot of them are produced in Asia, which and they claim that their working environments were like top notch. They were just, you know, something to be desired for. So, which. Next thing that I wanted to talk about was the actual like recruitment tactics and the promotion that I have seen. Just, you know, like I said, doing my own little detective work on Instagram. Profiles that I looked at were both like younger girls, like more closer to my age, like in their early 20s, I think. You know, one was a mom and one was just newly married, and so yeah, it kind of fits right in like with, you know, what we all know, like the target demographic is for these MLM companies, like new mothers, you know, women who are looking to work from home to eventually have a family, or, you know, someone in school who's needing something part-time. So it was very on par with, you know, with that. And I, you know, it's like I said, it's all totally point for point. Like they just, I don't know, like there's an MLM handbook and they all just follow it religiously, because everything that I expected to see was what I saw. The groups of girls hanging out saying, oh my gosh, don't you wish you were friends with us? You know, like really building that sense of community and like sisterhood. And I don't know, I just think it's all really gross, because just, you know, even from the handful of experiences that I've listened to, it's so apparent that this community is fake. Like a lot of high control cult mentality, you know, groups tend to be, they love bomb you. It's a real thing. Love bombing is absolutely a real thing, where they'll like really grab onto someone new and make them feel welcome, like they belong, and that only engenders that feeling of, you know, okay, this is the right place for me because I'm getting so many, like, I don't know, good vibes from these people. Some of the hardest obstacle to leaving a high control group is knowing that you might have to leave people behind. That there are some people that love you to the moon and back now, but they might pretend not to know who you are someday. I guess I can only imagine what that would feel like, coming to that conclusion, to leave something behind that you know is so bad for you. But just thinking about all the people that you'll never speak to again, that sucks. Yeah, it sucks. What I saw was like all these cringy, you know, Instagram stories of like, can't you imagine just being with a group of some boss ass babes, you know, and planning our futures and dreaming big and we're gonna give you the space to dream your wildest dreams, and we're all about empowering women, and all this stupid MLM jargon that they repeat, like I said, point for point, every single one of them. And I just think that is specifically so disgusting, that you're gonna sit there and say that you empower women and then actively steal money from them, steal time away from them and their families. That's not empowering. Being a slave to a company, being a slave to the system is not empowering. It's the furthest thing from it. They all seem like really nice people, and it's never about the actual people, at least not for me. I mean, maybe for some people it is, but I genuinely have no bad feelings towards like the individual people who are, in and of themselves victims of the system. There's a lot to be said about the people who are at the very top, who have made their whole livelihood on the backs of other people. But even to an extent, I would think that some of those people are probably brainwashed as well. And maybe that's not a very popular opinion, but I would think that, all of that, recognition and money and power could make a person incredibly deluded. So it's not a stretch to think that. All in all, it just makes me really, really sad to think about, however many people have already signed up for this one, because like I said, they're in their pre-launch. They're really trying to build a base now of people that will eventually end up funneling all of their money up to the very top person, which when I was watching those different live streams, I mean, the co-founder or like the main founder of the business is in a lot of these videos, and she's doing the fashion drops, and she seems like a very nice and well-intentioned person, but I still can't help but think that, it's disgusting what she's doing, when she could literally just have like a brick and mortar shop where she sold these clothes, or she could just be an online business and promote that way. And why does it even have to have the direct selling component? If your product is so good and it performs so well, so much better than all of these other companies that are out there that were willing to pay this price point for it, why aren't you putting it in stores? Why aren't you making it more accessible to the public? No one knows who you are. She seems like a woman who is driven and who has a vision, albeit a very basic one. There's definitely a market for the type of clothes that she is making, and I just would respect her so much more if she took that ambition and she actually did the work herself. Because from what I can tell, she's going to have a very nice life sitting in Zoom calls and doing these Instagram live streams while all of these other thousands of women push her product forward. Wow, welcome to yet another angle change. How many can I do in one video? Who knows? Oh my gosh. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was Savvi's income disclosure statement, which is hilarious. I think it's really interesting, the verbiage that I'm seeing. I remember specifically reading in their income disclosure statement that they had like rough estimates for what your part-time income should have been, and how much like that would estimate out to be, or how much that equals out to be. And if I'm not mistaken, it was less than $27,000. So it was in between like $19,000 and $27,000, and that's just like rough off the top of my head. I'm obviously going to post the income disclosure over my face right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. When looking at the income disclosure statement, you will see at the very top there just a very basic entry-level rep. 53% of those people, 53% of all the people that are in the company ever are in this group, or in this very basic group, and they are making $552 a year, and actually about 80%, a little more than 80% of the
brand ambassadors for Savvi are making less than the average American income, which is a little more than $31,000. Only 2% of the people in this company are making more than the average American income, which means that you could work basically like just a regular $15 an hour job and still come out and make more money than you will ever make in this company. They showed this information to you. They legally have to, so it's like, why? And I don't know if people just end up seeing this stuff like before it's too late, you know, and they're already in the company, they're already, you know, doing the thing. I can't imagine showing someone this document with my whole chest, because this is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Only 2% of the people in your whole company are making more than the average American income. You could literally just go get a job like at a call center and still make more money than this shit. You could, I don't know, if the minimum wage gets raised to $15 an hour, y'all are gonna look stupid as fuck out here. What would it say if a minimum wage job could make you more money than this company that is sitting here and telling you and promising you that you're going to have financial freedom beyond your wildest dreams? Make it make sense, for real. And when I was looking at how you advance through the ranks as well, because I also located that information, of course, I'll have it again come over my face. That's not the first time I've said that. What I was looking, when it comes to actually rank advancing, so when you start off, you just need to have, you know, like $300 in PV and personal volume, which is the amount of product that you're pushing. So you need to at least purchase $300 worth of product, or you need to have purchased $300 worth of product and then sold it for, again, that $300 or whatever, and made your little commission off of that. To continue to rank advance and to continue to increase your volume and thus earn higher commissions and also residual income, which is an interesting way to put it, you need to add people to your team. So the highest rank, you needed to have 12 people. Jesus and the disciples over here need 12 people to have so much volume. And then, you know, obviously that continues to progress all the way up. And it's just so obviously a pyramid scheme.
Phil has recruited me and another guy. Now we are getting 3 people each. The more people that get involved, the more people who are investing, the more money we're all gonna make. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se. It's
but you are, you know, obviously, of course, flipping leggings, you know, pressuring your mom and your grandma and your sister-in-law to buy these leggings from you, and potentially recruiting some of them so you guys can build your little empire here with Savvi. And I think a lot of what they're really riding on right now is the fact that they are still so new and that they don't have many distributors, which I think just really kind of it just solidifies the idea that you need to either have a giant network of people or you need to join incredibly early on in these companies to make any sort of substantial income. It's just gross. It's just gross, man. Like, I really had to talk about this because I can just see so easily how it might be really enticing to someone who doesn't know any better to join one of these companies. I mean, seeing girls hanging out and getting clothes and trying clothes and modeling clothes and you know, just having friends and having someone to I don't know, just having like a support group or a support system. I can just see how that would really draw in a lot of people right now, especially that might be like needing a sense of community in their lives right now. And if you are one of those people, I just want to encourage you to find community elsewhere, literally elsewhere. And there are so many opportunities to engage with the people around you, and I think especially now it's important that we are more kind and more, like reaching out to our friends and just making sure that everyone is, doing well and as best they can, during everything right now. So watch out for your friends. Make sure they don't join MLMs. Friends don't let friends join MLMs. Put it on a t-shirt, merch. Wow, look at me, creator of the year. Perfect. All right, well, thank you so much. That about does it for me tonight. If you like this video, then please give it a like or comment down below. And if you like me, then you can subscribe for more anti-MLM content. I was also thinking about just doing, like shady business practices in general content, or I don't even know, I'm all over the place. I'll have some other channels that I really like also listed in the description down below, so you guys can see what YouTube content I really enjoy and some other creators that I feel inspired by or that I just think are really cool and deserve more attention. So thank you so much, Chulas. Have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing rest of your day. And don't join an MLM.